Hey, it's Tim, and today is November 16th. It's Sunday evening. Look at these beautiful clouds behind me. I'm out doing a little nature walk. It is. I am so happy and excited for the cooler weather, and the fall is officially here. You know, it's the middle of November around here. That's about when the fall really starts. We've just had a substantial amount of rain the last couple of days, which has been really refreshing. The streams and creeks are starting to flow a little bit more than they usually do. And hopefully later in the rainy season, we'll get a lot more rain and a lot more wetness and a lot more moisture in this dry climate that we live in. Also, I'm out here walking in this area right here, which is just so beautiful. It's a nice, all this used to be Indian land. The Indians, the Kumeyaay Indians lived out here many tens of hundreds of years, I don't know how long time ago. And there's all kinds of remnants of their existence here, like these materos here, that these little bowls that they caught, you know, that appeared in the rocks for them to chop up the corn and make the flour and the wheat and all the things that they'd harvested right here in these fields. But let's walk a little bit. We're gonna do a little walking. It's beautiful out. So, you coming? Great. You are. You're here. So, you may notice I don't spend a whole lot of time in the house. I'm always going somewhere doing something. And this is something, especially right now with this weather, the way it's been, it's nice and cool out, is to get outside. This is one of my favorite places to walk and come out and explore a little bit because of all look at the vast expanse of nature. And sometimes when you're walking through here, I'll see deer, little small packs of coyotes running across these fields right here. Deer running across these, especially right now at dusk, when they know that that man is not in the forest. Man is leaving the forest at this time to go home and sleep in their beds. And so they come out. They'll go down to the river, down to the creek down there and get a drink of water. And so as I walk along here, enjoying my evening walk, I'm going to be looking for wildlife, which I've seen a lot, but never able to get on camera, as I walk through the tundra here in the dusk. But the reason I called you today was because it's Sunday, and a lot of times on Sunday I like to do like throwback stuff. I like to go back and look at pictures and photo albums and videos when I'm just hanging out at home, which is what Audrey and I were doing this afternoon. And I thought, I'm going to go out and do a little walk, and I'm going to introduce a throwback video, if you will, from 2019. I did this a couple weeks ago. This is another, I took a road trip up to Seattle by myself, just did a little road trip vlog and posted it on my other YouTube channel in a very unsuccessful fashion. And it's old. I was learning how to do video, as I still am, and I was also learning how to use B-roll and things like that. But it was a fantastic trip up the Highway 395, and so today I'd like to take you back with me, back to yesteryear. I think it's 2019, where I look a little different. My face, everything on me looks a little different. So join me in this little throwback video. I'm gonna also have to go through and edit some of the junk out because some of it's junky. Just to kind of, you know, I don't want it to be boring. I want it to be exciting for you to watch. Almost as exciting as this view is right here to watch as I go up the Highway 395 up towards Seattle on this trip. Where this section, I believe, we're going to be in Lone Pine. Some Lone Pine shots. Some where else did I go? The Upside Down House. Some spots. I don't remember exactly. Oh, Crater Lake. I think we end at Crater Lake. So enjoy this little piece of video from yesteryear as I enjoy my evening walking around in these bushes while I look for wildlife. So if I find any wildlife, it'll show up sometime in the video. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope you like it. Some deer droppings here. Less than a day old, so there's some deer out here, not too far away. Hey, it's Tim. Good morning. I got my coffee. We're here in Lone Pine, California, walking down the street. we're gonna go back and get the car, and we're gonna head out. We've got something to do this morning. We're gonna go check it out. Why don't you come on with me? Let's go. We're gonna go right now. Let's go. All right, I'm out in the woods. Not the woods, there's no woods out here. I'm out in the boulders. There's boulders everywhere. I'm in the Alabama hills. Now this morning, once I got my stuff out of the room and got checked out, I went down the street, got a nice cup of coffee in the beautiful town of Lone Pine. And I sat and watched some cars go by and looked at the view kind of thing, and then walked back. And then I had a great roommate last night. I stayed in the hostel, so there's, bunk beds like a men's room. Not a men's room like a bathroom. No, like a men's dormitory. Lots of bunk beds and stuff like that. And I spent the night there. It was great. And I met a guy named Max, and he's hiking the John Muir Trail right now. And he was taking a day off, resupplying and stuff like that. And it's always fun to meet hikers. Hikers are good people. Anyway, so here's what we're doing. It's hike day, and I got some short hikes planned this morning. But first, we're headed out here into the Alabama hills. And I'm walking down this road right here, and we're gonna go check out some filming locations for some old shows. And when I get down here, this canyon down here, this is probably gonna predate me for any length of reasonability, and probably you too, I don't know. But there's some old movies. So back in the 20s, they started filming movies out here in the Alabama hills because it was so far. I mean, it's beautiful. Take a look at this landscape. I mean, there's no signs of civilization out here, and you could easily film an old Western or anything like that out here just to escape. I always wondered how they filmed old movies and there was no power lines and stuff in the background, or old structures or something like that. But out here, there's nothing. So we're gonna walk down this road a little further and see if we can find this spot. This is called Lone Ranger Canyon. So apparently they filmed original episodes of the Lone Ranger down here. I mean, as you look around, you can see there's no civilization anywhere. There's kind of roads now and Jeep trails, but they filmed episodes of the Lone Ranger down here. I wish I had some actual footage to compare, but I don't. Lone Ranger Canyon. Some really cool openings in the rocks. Like, look at that. From the wind. That's pretty cool. Really a cool place to explore. Anyway, we're going out to check out the Mobius Arch. We're going to see the Mobius Arch. Should be pretty cool. I think we're almost there. It's only a half-mile hike. Check out this little arch right here I found. This isn't the arch that we're going to see, but it's an arch. An arch, if you will. A tunnel. A bridge. I wonder if I can walk across it. You know what I just realized? As I'm heading back to the car, I left Grover in the car. I just totally left him there. I totally bailed him. Oh, look at this. Look at this stuff. Look at these holes in the rock. One could actually get inside there. I think I will. Yeah, I totally left Grover in the car. He is not going to be happy. So I'll make it up to him by doing this. Impromptu. Well, it's not going to be impromptu now because I planned it, but amazing photo shoot starring Grover. It starts now. gassing up as I head out of Lone Pine. That was great up in the Alabama hills, taking a look at where all those movies were made, seeing the Arch. But you know what? I spent way too much time here in Lone Pine, and it's time for me to get on the road and get going. I had to book it out of there. After the photo shoot with Elmo and with all that other stuff, I had to book it out of there. So we are on our way northbound on the 395 to go see some more stuff. So we're getting some gas at a very high rate of payment because there's no cheap gas in Lone Pine. But anyway, I gotta stop and get ice real quick for the cooler, and we're gone. This is the Inyo County Courthouse, and if I wasn't mistaken, I think it was the White House. Look at that thing. And then look at the size of that Christmas tree. I just pulled over at the June Lake Junction and gas station to get myself a milkshake. So we're gonna drive back by and take a look down this road at the June Lake. But apparently, this building was built in the 20s. Shake shop there to get a shake. I found a picture of the original building built in 1920s with the gas pumps outside. And then I came outside and kind of walked around. A lot of it's been changed, but here, look at, you can see, here's the old part of the building, built in the 20s. You can match up the windows right there from the picture. Right there, but the chimney's been added and a door's been added, but that window up there has been added. But for the most part, that's the original building right there. It's just been added onto. Traveling back about 2 miles off the main highway to go to this big giant lake and campground area. We're gonna go check it out. But I got this strawberry shake back there, and it is the bomb. Grover is eyeballing it. Don't be eyeballing my shake, dude. That's my shake. It's very good. Well, that's doggone pretty right there. I do think so. Very blue. That water is like super blue. What a beautiful lake and a strawberry milkshake. This is Mono Lake. We're in the town of Lee Vining. Lots of movies were filmed here too, apparently, with the lake as the backdrop. Pretty cool. And there's a big plaque here telling you all about it. I read some of it. I'm gonna go find a place to make lunch, and we're gonna go check out something else that's really cool, I think, if I can find it. Whoa. What a beautiful view. I stumbled upon an upside down house that's kind of left here for us to explore and take a look. I think on the other side we can go inside. There's an upside down birdhouse right there. Huh. Watch your step. The upside down house. You can go inside. What? The cat is upside down? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm on the ceiling. There's the bed, the bunk. There's a pot on the floor, which is actually on the ceiling. There's some boots on the floor, which is actually the ceiling. The stove is upside down. This is crazy. All right, that was inside the upside down house. Wasn't that cool? That was pretty awesome. Let's keep going down the road. I've pulled over in this little town of Bridgeport because there's a couple things I wanted to show you. One is this Redwood Motel. Look how cool this motel is. I wish I was staying here. This is the neatest motel. They've got direct dial phones, cable, and color TV. And there's a nifty cow right here. Painted out of wood, but I am going to peek in here just a little bit. I left the car running way over there on the other side of the street. Check out this donkey. He's just hanging out in the bushes. In the bushes. It's a bush donkey. But this is a beautiful little motel. Take a look at this. That is really nice. There's a horse doing a little rear up, kicking his rear up. This is a beautiful little motel. Let's go over here. You know, the old school ways. If you're going to go into the office, you go in right there. This is nice. Again, this is the Redwood Motel. I wish it was nighttime so I could see the sign lit up. There'll be another one. Take a look. Oh! There's an amazing photo opportunity with that fish, but I can't do that. Look at this bowl. The last thing I was going to show you here in Bridgeport is, thank goodness, I don't need any diesel. $7.79 for diesel. Woo! I'm glad I got that little black car right there that gets extremely incredible 40 miles to the gallon. 500 miles a tank of gas.
Hello, hello, hello. I'll ask, hold on a second. Is there a Joe here? It's for Joe. It's for you, Joe. It's Joe Mama. That's actually a real phone. It has a dial tone to it. We're like on the side of the highway and I couldn't help but stop and check it out.
And just as this sign indicates, I'm leaving California and going into Nevada. Whew, and like I said, we went back into California, but the sign was like super dinky and I was going really fast and I didn't see it in time, and so I don't get to film it. But we are back in California, and also we did get some rain. It rained pretty stinking hard for a little bit, and now it's still raining. I've just arrived in Susanville and it's still raining. Susanville, where the smell is different here. It's very cow smelling. Lots of huge spaces around here. It's really pretty. I like it. This is where I am right now, in the rain. So I'm gonna go in, check in to my room here. I love this rain. It's so weird. Hey, it's Tim, and morning is here. It's day 4, and I'm in Susanville, California currently, and it's morning, and it's very nice here. It's not too hot, and it smells really nice. But to start this morning, I got this little baby cute baby tiny cup of hot coffee with my breakfast. Now for breakfast today, I ate 2 big heaping plates of I shouldn't have, and I did anyway. So that's probably gonna hurt me later. But anyway, I'm right here in this parking lot in Susanville, California, because I want to show you what I found this morning on the side of the road, just as I was leaving the hotel, motel, whatever it was. It's this guy right here. He's not really a Paul Bunyan. Let me give you a better look. He's not really a Paul Bunyan, but he's definitely a axe-wielding lumberjack sort of guy. Let's see if he's got like a, yeah, that's a hefty axe. He's got a hardy axe right there. That's a good one. I also noticed on his face, let's see if we can get closer to his face. He's got some kind of a dab or a mole or a dab of chocolate right there on his lower chin. I'm not sure what that is, but he's certainly gargantuan. He's huge-mongous. I pulled over to the side of the road because this is beautiful. Lots of, it's kind of sadly beautiful, but there's lots of fires up here in Northern California. And here's a huge spot, huge section of burned forest in this valley right here, and a great view of it. But it's, here, I'll show you. Of course, I'm on the side of the road, so it's hard to hear. But you can see so much of this is burned. So much of this is burned away and it's gone. Even right here on the side of the road, these trees, totally torched. But I'm gonna say, here, let me look across the road too. Look, going up the hill right here, hillside right here, all burned. But there's little green patches coming back. The forest is rejuvenating itself after a massive fire. And it's actually really pretty. And very noisy, but it's super pretty, I think. Lots of logging trucks going by. But burnt with some new growth. It's pretty. I don't know. Just look at it for a minute. If it'd be quiet, if it would be kind of quiet. And as I pulled over to the side of the road, it's a Pacific Crest Trail crossing sighting. A sighting of a crossing of the Pacific Crest Trail, which is neat because the Pacific Crest Trail starts in my town. And I'm way up here in Northern California, and I found it. I'm excited. That's exciting for me. I like it. I'm not sure if this justifies a pullover, but this sign here, I'm just trying to figure it out. It's a guy with a jetpack and a helmet and some kind of beam coming out of his head. And he's being cautious. You can tell by his body positioning he's being very cautious. Not sure what it means. Okay, and just a few feet further down the road I stumbled across another one, but this time the jetpack guy is on his hands and knees. And I'm not really sure. There's obviously some hiking, some camping, and some knee-mounted jetpacking. That's strange. Huh. Hey, so it turns out those signs of the jetpack guy and are signs telling us there's a cave over here, and you can go hiking in the cave. And I thought, I'm right here, not part of the plan, not part of the schedule, but definitely have to go take a look at it, check it out. Oh, and it's right here. What is this? That's freaking cool. Oh my gosh, seriously? Holy moly. This is just like right off the side of the road. Super cool. I didn't even know it was there. Some more caveage over there, but let's go in here. Oh my gosh, that's creepy. It's very black in there. Luckily, I had this little tiny keychain flashlight that I brought. And my phone, of course. But I didn't bring a light. Dude. Ah! All right, here we go. What? It's a lava tube. Look at this. I may have to switch cameras as it gets super dark in here. This little light doesn't do much. Look back towards the opening. Whoa. This is incredible. Oh my gosh, this is crazy! So, we're going in! I'm going in! Okay, coming up to this sign, Subway Cave, Lucifer's cul-de-sac. Well, we're just gonna go for it. This is pretty creepy. It's very cold and damp in here. And wet. I hope it doesn't start raining. What's over here? Uh-oh. What is this? Ooh, a dead end. Dude, this is creepy. I'm very scared. Subway cave. I can see my breath. I'm in this cave trying to show my face. There. Here we go. It's very dark in here. I can see almost nothing. If I turn the light on, it's pitch black, of course. But I'm really excited about this. You're not gonna be able to see it with this little tiny flashlight that Jesse gave me to put on my keychain. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in here at all. Okay, let's keep going. Looks like all these rocks fell down out of the ceiling right here. There's a placard. Let's see what it says. It just says that we're in the subway cave. Oh, I see. Partial collapse. It's called partial collapse, and that's exactly what it is. Some of the rocks fell from the ceiling right down to the ground. And of course, there's where we came from. Very frightening and scary. And right ahead of us is the exit. Yay, found the exit. Okay. What a cool thing that was. Go through the caves a couple times. I set my camera down on the ground to go and like film myself walking forward. Hey, there's more over here. To film myself walking forward. And then I went back to try to find the camera. I couldn't find it. It's so dark. But that was cool. That's one of those things where you're driving along and darn it, you see a little sign you got to go look at it. It's totally worth it. And now, as I come up out of the crevasse, I don't know where I am. I gotta go find the car. Anyway, that was cool. All right, just another 20 minutes down the road after the lava tube exploration, the cave, which was totally, I didn't even know that was there. Sometimes when you're like, I'm traveling to this next destination and I'm just focused on getting there, I want to get there, and sometimes you forget to look out the window. You get like some tunnel vision. You gotta like, I gotta remember to keep looking out and reading funny signs. Like I wouldn't have stopped there if I hadn't seen those weird signs with the backpackers, jetpackers, headlamps and stuff. But anyway, enough of all that. We've just arrived at the thing that was on the list that we were coming to see, and he's right here. Let me introduce you to him. His name is Roy, and his name is Big Roy. That's Big Roy right there. He's a muffler man, but today he's a cowboy. And in his hand right there, he's got a branding iron. He's not carrying a muffler. He's carrying a branding iron. Look at how big he is. He's huge. He's ginormous. And he's wearing blue pants. I've just pulled into the Love's Travel Center to get some road snacks. And I just remembered, we're in Oregon now, and they pump the gas for you here. There's a guy right there. He's the gas pumper, and he pumps your gas for you. I gotta remember that when I get gas, or I'll get in trouble. I think I'm gonna make a sandwich out of my junk in the cooler.
We're making a trunk sandwich. Nothing like a trunk sandwich.
Take a look at this motel called the Aspen Inn. This is a very pretty place. Look at those little cabins back there. Little teepee cabins. Little A-frames. And a nice place to walk around and sit on the swings. Nice check-in spot right here at the Aspen Inn Motel. It's beautiful. Look how pretty this is. It sure is pretty. This is called the Wood River. I know because that's what the sign says. And if you want to fish here, there's just some really good information. I'm like literally right on the side of the road. Here's the highway. It just looked like a neat place to stop. Everything is very green. But anyway, if you catch a fish and you don't know, let it go. This is Crater Lake. Crater Lake. Here's another view. I wish I could tell you how blue that water looks. Even from way up here. So actually, Crater Lake, because I've been to the meteor crater, I thought Crater Lake was also a meteor site. It is not. It is a volcano. And what's really cool is this is all like volcano here, all the way around the volcano rim. And then that's another volcano. It's called Wizard Island. That's another volcano right there. It's super blue. That water is blue. Blue, like swimming pool blue. Wow, it's amazing. And it's very calm. That's awesome. Okay, a little reading right here has told me that the water is super blue because of this. It's made from snow. It's just all snow melt. It's just clean, crystal clear snow melt. And in the wintertime, there's 40 feet of snow all around the top here. That's incredible. 40 feet of train. Have you seen that movie, The Long, Long Trailer? And he tells him his car and his trailer is 40 feet of train. Trailer breaks first. Trailer breaks first. You have to see that movie. This is a beautiful place. The trees are fantastic. Take a look at this tree. Although it's small, look at how hardy the limbs are. The pine needles upon it. So pretty. You know how when you're walking around Crater Lake and you park in the parking lot, it's kind of drizzling down, a little bit of rain. Park in the parking lot and you see the bathroom, you think, okay, I could go to the bathroom, but I'll wait. There's probably one over there by the rim. And I walked over to the rim and I walked around a little bit. And now I really have to go to the bathroom. So I have to walk back. There's no bathroom over there. I have to walk back. I'm super bummed. We're gonna go down here. Oh, it goes way down there to the overlook. Down this path, hiking path. Seriously, I can't tell you how blue that water is. Let's walk down here. All right, I think I've read enough signs about Crater Lake. I can tell you some stuff about it. Crater Lake, like I said earlier, it's a crater from a volcano. And there's one other huge volcano, like a separate cone of the volcano, in there called Wizard Island, and it's a volcano too, and it has a little crater at the top. There's all kinds of other geological formations, but the water is so blue because it's all snow melt and rain, all of it. Nothing else gets in here. There was a loud noise over there. Loud noises! So anyway, but what happens is the level stays pretty consistent. It's almost 2,000 is like 1,900, 2,000 feet deep. 2,000 feet deep. They dropped an 8-inch disc down in the water, 144 feet, and they could still see it. That's amazing. It's totally blue, very clear, very like crystal clear. And I did just see a boat going across there, which I thought was strange. Nobody was skiing, but what a great lake to ski on. But it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. What else did I learn? Well, what happens, like why is it the level doesn't go up and down? It's because for the most part, a little bit evaporates every year and a little bit seeps into the ground every year. But for the most part, the rain and snow, it gets so much snow up here, fills it back up. So this is one place where we're not seeing a lot of drought. Of course, we're not in California anymore. We're in Oregon. I did pick up a couple souvenirs. I got a postcard. Somebody's getting a postcard. And a vintage style Crater Lake sticker for my water bottle. Oh my gosh. This guy totally forgot about Grover. Left him in the car the whole time I was walking around Crater Lake, and now he's throwing a little tantrum because he wants to do another photo shoot. You're still here. So cool. I am sitting by this creek as it babbles by, babbling and bibbling and doing its sounds. It's so peaceful and so quiet tonight. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I have nothing else to say to you tonight other than happy Sunday. Have a great week. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I never know. See you later.